right, not too bad, not too shabby.
Not too shabby, as we say.
Now on to this week's Mommy Monday. You know, pets are such a great source of unconditional love, but your four-legged friend is still an animal, and we all need to just know how to keep our pet interactions safe and healthy, especially for the kids.
In this week's Mommy Monday, we're getting some expert advice from licensed family dog mediator Janice Lisinski. Did I get that right?
That's right,
oh my God, I'm
Scott.
so excited. It's good to have you back.
Good to be here.
My
Thank
first
you.
question is, are there certain breeds that should not be with children?
No.
No.
I would not ever say that. Any dog has the capability to bite, so it's not breed specific.
Okay.
It's all about basically knowing and understanding your dog, right? Do you have an optimist or a pessimist? Right? So I like to use a bucket analogy for that.
Sure.
All of us have a bucket, right? Every dog has a bucket. It could be a big bucket. It could be a little bucket. But water is constantly going into that bucket as little things are happening, whether it be a good trigger, right? An exciting thing is happening. The doorbell rings. Your dog gets excited. Water's going in the bucket. So one of the things we want to do is during the day, right, when we have our dogs, we want to drain water from the bucket so that if we are having an event of some kind, right, and your dogs are going to be present and a lot of people are coming over, you've got to remember that bucket, the water's going in the bucket every time somebody's coming over. Kids being as unpredictable as they are a little scary for dogs. Right? And we know we want to keep that bucket level below the rim so it's never overflowing.
Right, because that's when you get
That's
into
when
those
you've
situations.
got that reactivity
Yeah.
happening, that the dog says, no one's listening to me, please help me, because they're always talking to us through their body language, and it's up to us to listen to what they're saying.
I love,
right?
I love how you give that perspective of like, no one's listening to me, please help.
Right.
You know, they don't have a voice,
Nope.
and we view them as they're lovable, and they are, but yet at the same time, they do have feelings, and especially those little dogs, when the kids come with the hands, like their
Yeah.
eyes are right there. If
Right.
someone was doing that to me, I'd be like,
Right.
"Oh, get away, get away, you know?
Dogs have a right to make a choice. Right? And so a lot of the times, like if you're having people over, your dog needs to have a safe place to go if they
Yeah.
choose that this is overwhelming for me. Being that, you know, if you have a whole bunch of people over your house for a picnic and your dog is outside and they're like, you know, you see your dog going like, whoa, this is a little bit overwhelming for me. You know, it's signs of stress showing, lip licking, yawning, turning away, kind of moving away from everything that's happening. It's bring your dog inside, put them in a special like area where they feel safe and comfortable, because not all dogs are good with that many people around and stuff like that, depending on that optimist and pessimist.
Good dog, bad dog, nature or nurture?
So there is, I would say there's no such thing as a bad dog.
Okay.
Right? So it's all about managing the management, right? And respect and making your dog feel safe.
And that's, you got to train the human.
Exactly.
Right.
You're not training the dog.
Exactly. You know, it's all
Exactly, yeah.
about building that relationship with your dog. If you have a great relationship without using force and all of that kind of stuff, your dog, now you saw Ringo. Ringo was so happy to come here. He's like, yep, I love it here. You know, there's no stress for me. Very happy to be amongst all the people. There are some dogs that can't handle that.
Right.
And therefore, it's like, you know, you can't bring your dog and put them in that stressful
Right.
situation
It's-
and expect them to.
It's not fair to them.
It's not.
Right. So at the Perfect Pup LLC in Deep River, which you own, you have a lot of different courses and things. What are, you know, when people come in with their, you know, new puppies, for example, what is there kind of a quick like little rundown of the do's and don'ts that children should and shouldn't be doing?
So if they, especially if they bring a child to class, we will incorporate what we can with the kids in the classroom. And basically a lot of the things that I do like to talk to with the parents is, you know what, they have to respect the dog just as, you know, the dog has to respect the kids. So a safe place for all the puppies to be, right? And when your puppy is sleeping, eating, all of that stuff, children have to leave that puppy alone, right? So the puppy needs to have a safe place to be in the house. They can see everything and hear everything that's going on. And I like to have like a little X pen set up for where the kids are over here doing their things, the puppy is over here. No nap time disturbance or anything like that. They have their separate times, and then they have supervised times with the parents.
With the parents. I'm asking all the horrible questions here. I feel like I'm being bad. Dog nips or bites, is it an eject from the house?
So dogs learn, right, using their nose and their teeth. So one of the things that, especially with children, is a way to set that up so that the kids and the puppies are going to be successful by having just a little conversation saying, you know what, this is what the puppy's going to do. This is the way the puppy plays with its favorite siblings, right? It's biting and chewing and nipping, and it's all about how do you manage that in your household. So there's different games that you can play with your children that there are no hands involved, right? They're not going to be using their hands because kids are very unpredictable and come running at the dogs or running at the puppies, and the puppies are like, whoa, 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 you're so unpredictable, you're scary.
Right, exactly. And you know, what other resources would you point people to? I know you have some books that you recommend as well.
I do. I brought them and I left them in the other room,
that's
unfortunately.
Okay. That's okay.
There are a few that I highly recommend, and the dial method is one of them. The dial method is an easy a book and a video that you can watch that's very simple. There's no training involved.
And we're
right
looking
at the very beginning.
This I love, the perfect pup.
That's my camp, yeah.
Oh,
what is this?
Tell us really quick about that.
Oh, so that's a kids camp, kids and dogs camp that we have 4 weeks of. We have 2 in July and 2 in August, where the kids come with, the kids come with the puppies, and we do a week's worth of education. They have rally, they do agility, they do tricks, and they do some obedience training.
That's great. And here are the books really quick.
This is my favorite book. Yeah, this is the best book for kids with, family with children. Very
Dial
quick,
Method.
very easy to understand. Welcome your pup to Planet from Planet Puppy.
And meet your dog.
And meet your dog
Great.
is like one of the, if you are a little nerdy,
Thank you, Janice.
this is a great book.
Janice
good to see
Lisinski
you.
of the Perfect Pup LLC in Deep River. You can find her on social media and your website as well. And we are going to be having an extended conversation with Janice because clearly there's so much to cover when it comes to having those four-legged members in your family. So you make sure to look for that. And we just dropped a new episode this morning that's all about food allergens and food intolerances. How do you navigate that as a parent? It's stressful. There's a lot of anxiety riddled with that. So we have all the latest there. You can find it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever else you get your podcasts.
All right, Mars, take it away.
Guys, we're having so much fun this